y'all. I am Hope at Crafty Hope, and welcome, welcome, welcome. I am working in one of my mini junk journals. I really enjoy working in these little journals that are a mix of different papers and offer a little different inspiration on each and every page, every spread. When I work on 2 pages like this, I call it a spread. And if it's just a single page, I just call it a page. But I am gonna create a little bit of mixed media art. I am beginning this the way I begin a lot of my mixed media art, and that is with some collage. I'm just using a new glue stick and a variety of different papers. I think a lot of these have been altered in some way, including the background pages here. The background page is the one on the left, I believe, is an eco dye. And the one on the right is a piece of old map that I put some kind of inky stuff on. And they worked their way into this journal, and now I'm adding all these different papers. There's a couple I've added some ink to. I think there's more eco dyes. That's an old blueprint. Y'all, I wish in all of my thrifting, I've got several thrifty haul videos. I'm constantly looking for interesting papers and books and things like that I can add into my art. But I've not ever seen another blueprint. This one just happened to be I got years and years ago, got a big box of stuff from it was a junk shop, and the lady just sold me the whole box of stuff, which happened to be a single family's like paperwork from their construction company, and this blueprint was in there, and it's the only one. So I'd love to find something like that again. Of course, my husband would prefer if I not bring any more papers home. So we're not going to talk about that. Anyway, I'm sticking all these different papers down with my glue stick. There's also, you see that kind of orangey circle there, or oval? That's a piece of rust-dyed fabric. So I'm sticking all of those down, and then decide to add a little bit of color. That is, oh my goodness, I can't think. I think it's a liquid watercolor. Hold on, I think I've got it right here. I do. It's from Marabou, and it's the Graphics Aqua ink, watercolor ink, and this is in cyan, which is one of my favorite colors. I love that kind of primary bright blue. So, and I thought that went really well with both the map and the blueprint I've got, and that kind of carries a theme across both of these pages to make the spread a little more uniform and bring it together a little bit. Now I'm going to start drying it, and I realize I ain't get hardly any ink on that piece of fabric, so I stop it, add a little ink to that, and then finish drying it. To continue the blue, and y'all, blue is my favorite color. I love blues. So there's a lot of blue in my art. But this is Americana craft paint in spa blue. So it's kind of a really nice basic pale blue. So I'm sticking it down using my finger. I love some dots, and I think I've mentioned it before. Finger dots to me are great because you get kind of an organic shape on it. They're all about the same size, but not one is the same as the previous one. So they're fun. And now I'm going around each one of these dots I made with my Stabilo all pencil and black, just kind of helping them pop. And of course, I'm going to add water to them in a little bit to activate that Stabilo, because I do love how dark and deep and grungy the Stabilo gets when it's wet. So I've got that down. I think I'm going to add something else first. Oh, I've grabbed a China marker, which is just kind of like a wax crayon, and just going to add some white marks in there just for a touch of mark making, a little added extra something on the page. And so I am all about being fair, so I've added little dashes on the left side of the page. So I'm going to make sure I add some over on the right side too. And since that is a white pencil, I'm going in some of the darker areas on the page. Got ahead of myself with my speaking to make sure that you can see that white. All right, and there is where I've grabbed that wet paintbrush and just going around all those circles that I dotted, and then use my Stabilo on. Y'all, I have to go ahead and tell you that I am, after my iCAD, I have been kind of lax in getting my art journaling done. I've been trying to catch up on other things around the house and with my jewelry making and that kind of stuff and finding inspiration. I've been working my way through the Artist's Way. I just started it last week. And so I've kind of had lost some focus. I'm hoping I can get a little art in to share with you some more art journaling, but it's been a little slow going lately. So if you missed it, that was a graphite pencil. It's not the Lyra, it's a cheaper version, but I'll link to the Lyra below. And I wet that and just kind of let it splatter around on the page. And then I think that was some distress spray in no, not in Rusty Hinge, one of my favorites, and then a distress oxide in Vintage Photo. So I got both of those down on the page just to add a little deep and dark grunginess. Think it was Nina that said something about my last art journaling video that it was very kind of my style and colors. And y'all, this is kind of goes with the same thing. It's browns and blues and some Tim Holtz products. And yeah, I think that might be my style. Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. So because here comes another Tim Holtz product. This is his paper dolls. I picked out these cute kids. I just that's what appealed to me. I don't think there was something about the girl's white dress that really let it pop on this kind of getting dark page. So she stood out there. So I'm going to stick them down with a palette knife and some matte gel medium. And yeah, and I'm trying to keep, y'all, I'm so messy. I'm trying to keep from getting that matte gel on my fingers, but you see it's right there on that finger, and keep from getting it on to the paper dolls because I don't like the little matte streaks of different that gets on there. So I'm going to grab a wet wipe and wipe my fingers and wipe the front of those paper dolls so that hopefully they don't have that like distortion color to them. And I think I'm going to add a little more of the matte gel medium because that little boy's head did not want to stay down. So I'll weigh it down a little bit with my paint there while I go about my business. I think I'm going to clean up a few things on my desk. Look at me, I'm getting all fussy with it. So I cleaned up a few things on my desk, grabbed my small talk stickers, and got a phrase that says something like listen to your heart, it will show you the way. I don't know. I think that maybe is what it says. I can't see the viewfinder on here is tiny. And then I grab that Stabilo again, and I'm going around these two to give them some shadow and let them pop up off the page. Getting ahead of myself again. I'm also adding lines at their feet to kind of ground them, give them something that they're standing on so that they don't feel like they're floating there. So it's kind of like a sidewalk or something might be there. And I think we're getting close to the end here. I'm trying to think what else I add to this page. So if you've gone through the Artist's Way and done the workshop, I'd love to know because it's new to me. I'm really enjoying, like I said, I'm still in that first week in the beginning. I know that it'll get tough here in a couple weeks, but so far I'm enjoying it and kind of the idea of the morning pages and the artist date and all of that. And just reading the book itself is inspiring. So, but I really just haven't been making anything. So I got to get past that. I've got ideas. I just can't seem to find the time. So I've got to work on getting that time and creating that time to create. All right, so I've glued everything down and I've got my dried up instant coffee that I'm reconstituting with a little bit of water. And I'm going to splatter that down onto my pages as best I can. I didn't reconstitute it a whole lot. I'm just kind of using what's on the paintbrush and moving that around. Again, those blues, those browns, it's what I do. And then I'm going to dry it and pick it up, any of the excess up a little bit, and that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, whatever. And thank you so much for coming by and watching. All right, y'all. Bye.